Hey YouTube, what's going on everybody? Everybody was popping. We're in the last days of it, or the last hours, or whatever as you call it. I should have on my Trump hat and my Trump hoodie, but I was on my motorcycle today and I had my hat on, so it's on the back of the bike, and my hoodie is dirty. It got dirty yesterday when I was cleaning stuff up. But this actually is the first election that I really feel strong in partaking and having my own views and thoughts on it. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Trump is a great guy. I don't know him personally. I just know that the news is fake. For years I've been on Mike's Son 007 channel as well as up here, and I've spoken in the past about the media and propaganda and how everybody thinks the media is their friend, when in reality they create more hysteria, propaganda, and fake news. And whether you like Trump or not, you know, people ask me, and every time I ask people why they don't like Trump, they either say, oh, he's arrogant, he's crazy, and he's racist. You know, Ronald Reagan was racist. Ronald Reagan didn't like black folks too much. And a lot of you guys love his Reaganomics. Excuse me. You guys love Clinton, but at the same time, when his daughter Chelsea was in Harlem Hospital giving birth, Hillary did not want people of color to touch her grandchild. A lot of you don't know that. These are two Caucasians that are from Little Rock, Arkansas. That speaks for itself. Let alone they're both in their 70s, 60s or 70s or something like that. You know, I'm not gonna say Bill Clinton is not a cool cat. I mean, he has a certain charisma, kind of like a more hip version of like I guess some people would say JFK and Jimmy Carter put together with his own twist on it. And that's why he was real popular, but he signed a lot of grimy stuff in office. I don't like or do I trust, me personally, any political individual or anybody that's a politician. A lot of people talk about the Democrats like they're the savior of minorities and stuff. They're not. I mean, Joe Biden, you know, he used the N-word plenty of time. His son's a cokehead. His son's a military deserter. He's a weird, lisping nut job who can't even, like, he can barely speak. And if this guy does, by some reason, happen to get elected, I guarantee you guys, he's going to die in his sleep and or catch a heart attack. Something's going to happen to where he passes away, and then the power is going to be put onto Kamala Harris. And if she doesn't do what they want her to do and stuff like that, they're going to turn around and then the Speaker of the House is going to become president. So this might be the first time when, if that happens, that's just my my prediction of what I personally think would happen. It's to the days now where this country has become like every other country all around the world, where it's just so corrupt and naive. The reason I say naive because, you know, you have to look past the fact on what you think about Trump. Whether you like him as a human being and or as a president. At the end of the day, this man has done a lot for minorities and stuff like that, regardless of what you think about him. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at Trump as a great motivated speaker or a person with a lot of charisma. He's just a straight out, arrogant, rude New Yorker who happened to become president. He is not a lifetime politician. He is very contradictory and hypocritical, like any and everybody in politics or anybody out there, even as far as you look at the religious or biblical world. But, and then the thing that really ticks me off about a lot of these hypocritical rappers and stuff, you know, when a lot of black people or a lot of us out here struggling, or we going through what we going through, or we didn't get a chance to go through to make it through. Reason why Jews are so powerful, and I mean it's really Jews and Hebrew type Jews, not the real chosen Israelites, dark-skinned people of my complexion and stuff like that, but they're Jews. You know, they stick together, whether they hate each other or not. They have a unity with each other. They buy, just like the Asians. You know, the Asians, you know, they'll take your money and they'll put back in their communities. Black people put in everybody's communities but our own. And then even we choose to try to put in our community, what happens is, like for instance, I can go, you have a lot of Hispanics and number of blacks that speak Spanish anyway. But a lot of them just think they're better than you because they have straight hair and they're light skinned. Because the media, propaganda, and the world, fascists, have you thinking that the lighter you are, the more beautiful you are, the darker you are, the uglier you are, which is irrelevantly retarded and stupid. Skin color does not make you ugly or beautiful, your character does. So outside of that, and yeah, we all know that Trump isn't beautiful, but at the same time, this is the first guy that came in, did exactly what he said he was going to do and did it. He lowered a lot. He made gas prices, what, 5 to 6 times lower than it ever was when Bush was in office. When Bush was in office, it was at its highest peak. Because, you know, he's a Texan and his family's into oil. Hello, wake up. When Obama came in, it wasn't as bad as Bush, but it wasn't as low as Trump got it. Trump's trying to pump and put back into the, back into the USA. And there's a lot of tactics, a lot of things he's done that I don't agree with. But you have to ask yourself, it's the people behind him that wanted him to do certain things, and he thought it was a good idea, and he did it. But now he's basically telling everybody, now I'm gonna do what I want to do. Because at the end of the day, he's a very arrogant. You know, he's eccentric. He's a millionaire. This guy done made a lot of shady deals. He's done shady stuff. He's done good stuff. You know, when most country clubs and golf clubs will only hire minorities, you will only see minorities there doing work. They'll be working in the kitchens. They'll be cleaning. They'll be cleaning and washing stuff. There'll be waiters and waitresses. Some may be good enough to be cooks in some of these places, but they have to cook their bland food. But 9 out of 10, they wouldn't even have minority caddies because the majority of people that went into these golf courses did not want. They already felt disgusted and they had to deal with minorities, Asians, blacks, and Hispanics and stuff outside of these golf clubs and country clubs and stuff. So the last thing they wanted is for us to be in those clubs with them. What did Trump do? My man turned around, he did his own, he made his own golf clubs where any and everybody could come in. Just follow the rules and whatnot. He had inner city kids, get field trips to come to these places to learn about golf, learn how to play another sport, maybe become the next Tiger Woods. We're able to get people to think certain ways, you understand, outside of the box that they put you in. You know what I'm saying? And moving on from that, when a lot of rappers and famous people, went to Vegas and stuff, he used to spot people. He would actually sit there and give people complimentary this, complimentary that. But it's like all of a sudden he become president, and a lot of people, just like everybody else, get brainwashed into this media frenzy of BS. And now all of a sudden the same people that took pictures with him that had pride saying, yeah, I know Trump, he's a good dude. Now all of a sudden y'all all hate him now. And again, there's a lot of things he did and stuff I don't agree with. He is very obnoxious, but he speaks the way a lot of us, I see a lot of me in Trump. Why? Because I'm not a discreet person. I speak my mind. I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm not discreet. All I can do is be straightforward. And the problem with everybody is everybody's sissified. That they can't deal with constructive criticism. They want to be pampered all the fucking time, and they're hypocritical two-faced. So, and the truth hurts. So just like up here on YouTube, prime example, me. I'm one of the oldest pioneers in YouTube, on YouTube as a channel. You got all these people that do geeky stuff, grown-ass men talking and acting like children. Like, I know a guy named Sean who has a shop in Brooklyn. This guy is like, I got no hatred toward him or whatever, but he does this thing with pops and stuff. This guy's got, I'm like, yo, dude, seriously? They just go to show, when people view you as a threat, and when you're different and they can't understand things, one thing we like doing as humans is if we don't understand something or get what nothing is, it's easier to hate it, talk bad about it, and disrespect it because it's different. And that's the same thing it is for me up here on YouTube for all these years. It's always different because I've always been the kind of person that came up here and spoke the truth and didn't give a flying plug. And Trump is like that in a way. You know, this is a guy that when Mike Tyson went through that shit with that Desiree Washington whore, we all know for a fact that he didn't rape her. This guy had women throwing their pussies at him. Why the fuck did this stink little half wet, half fishy smelling hole, why he would want to fucking rape her ass? Come on, man. Really? And he got sent up for that bullshit. But what fucked it up for Mike Tyson? The media, propaganda, Robin Givens, and so many others out there who had him as an outcast and looked at him as being a violent, angry. They looked at him as an ugly human being. Now Mike Tyson is one of the most beloved boxers outside of Muhammad Ali and Manny Pacquiao. He is definitely a GOAT. Greatest of all time. Just like Muhammad Ali and, in my opinion, my man Manny Pacquiao. People don't like Floyd Mayweather because he speaks the truth and he talks shit, but he backs up everything he's got to say. So everybody hates him too. He's another GOAT. Whether you want to admit it or not, he's one of the greatest of all times in his divisions. Come on. Come on. Really? I mean, the man's undefeated. How can you beat that? And on top of that, he carried Conor McGregor through the whole fight. Because he could have... excuse me. He could have beat that dude anytime he wanted. You know, a lot of people were delusional and thought that Conor was gonna beat Floyd Mayweather. I was upset with Floyd Mayweather because he let the fight go that distance. He should have just wiped the floor with him and got that over with. But all he did was help add arrogance to a lot of people out there who just looked at him as being this, I ain't gonna say the words, but being what he was. But anyway, get back on track with this whole thing with Trump. This man is sitting here trying to protect your amendments while somebody else is trying to take it. This guy, Joe Biden, is a piece of shit. Plain and fucking simple. I can't get no more clear than that. He's a lying sack of shit. His son is a fucking cokehead. Some of y'all say, oh yeah, but what he got to do with his son? A lot. Come on, the money deals, this, that, and the third. They sat here and tried to impeach Trump. Since he's been in office, Pelosi, and everybody else been trying to get rid of this man. Again, he might not be as handsome well, he's not handsome. He may not have the charisma of Obama. And I think us as a people, we need to get over this, oh, well, the person's black, that's cool. Because, like, we're some of the biggest hypocrites out there as a people of color. We're quick to always scream and cry racist, but at the same time, we hate each other and treat each other like shit. Prime example. I can go to a Spanish restaurant. I can go to, like, a diner somewhere where you can tell they straight rednecks or whatever, but they serve regular American U.S. food. Some may not like the color of your skin or like what you have on or like how you talk or like how you look, but you know what? They're going to treat you with some kind of dignity and respect. As long as you do it back and there's no issues, you don't have to worry about your food getting spit in, or you might walk out with not eating because you don't know what they did to your food. Spanish restaurants, good quality food, you get a decent amount at a cheaper price, and even if some of them don't understand English too well, they'll still serve you, and most of the time give you a smile and say thank you, even if they don't like morenos, which Hispanics ain't nothing but a whole bunch of light-skinned speaking niggas. But that's a whole different story. A lot of them don't want to admit that. Dominicans ain't nothing but Haitians that speak Spanish. Anyhow, you go to these spots, they treat you good. You go into a West Indian or any soul food restaurant or even just a regular business owned and operated by blacks. Nasty fucking attitude. Half the time they don't want to say hello. And they have this what can I do for you like kind of attitude. And then people always wonder, motherfuckers don't like hiring us because I'm black. You know, motherfuckers don't like hiring black people because of the attitudes. The attitudes, and a lot of them always think they better than something. Then you wonder why even a lot of black business owners and shit hire a whole bunch of Mexicans and shit to wash their dishes and stuff. Because it's about being proud of having a job and taking care of your family. Not being too proud to have a specific position because you think you're better than that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whatever puts food on the fucking table, you should be happy and grateful that you have a job, regardless of what the fuck it is. But us as a people, always quick to put money in everybody else's hands, but every time something go wrong, oh, it's racist, it's race this, it's race that. But at the same time, we have more hatred and envy toward each other than any fucking body else. And all out through history, that's a proven point. Even before slavery, even back in Africa, how they were. So this is like, everybody have their own hereditary traits and racial traits on a lot of negative with positive. At the end of the day, people should vote for the right person because the right person is doing a job. Not about a person's religious beliefs or the fact that they don't like blacks or this, that, and the third. Do you know how many police are gonna walk out? You know how dangerous shit's gonna hit the fan if this guy get in office and start defunding police? They already have a stressful job. I always say I hate police all the time, but when I ever say that, I always mean I hate crooked cops. You know, because at the end of the day, my wife, my daughter, my 2 sons, myself, my friends, my other loved ones, my family members, strangers, everybody out here is safe and are able to be safe because a lot of criminals and motherfuckers out there commit murder and stuff are afraid of police. They know that these people have the right to take their fucking life without even batting an eye. And yes, you do have a lot of bad cops out there, but you have way more good cops than you have bad. And again, my family, my loved ones, and everybody, there's law. You need law and order. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Black Lives Matter movement is a terrible organization. I understand the rage and the anger and the hatred that a lot of people have. I feel it a lot too every time somebody gets wrongly killed by cops and it gets covered. But running around knocking down buildings and destroying people's businesses and stuff because of this, that, and the third, that's insane. You got, you know what I'm saying, you got groups from both sides basically saying if this person wins, we're gonna do this. If that person loses, we're gonna do that. Because that means by that person losing, this one is gonna win. So you got people from both sides talking about violence. You know, Trump is like an angry, like me when I'm real angry and I don't think straight. Sometimes you say things you shouldn't say. But for him being a president, the leader of a nation, I understand that, sometimes the way you word things and how you speak has to be carefully orchestrated and verbally finessed. But unfortunately, he's not that kind of person because, again, he's not a politician. This is a guy he's a CEO. He sits up on the board. He sits up in the office, and he basically just lays down and smack down, say things for what it is, and you either go along with it or you're fired. That's it. And I respectably understand that. But at the end of the day, regardless of what y'all think of or whatnot, I have a car and I want to be able to use whatever kind of emissions I want to use for my vehicle. I'm not gonna sit there and buy some sissified, ugly ass Tesla or some electric car. That's not me. I like the smell of gasoline, and I want my car to sound like an American car, and I want my car to be able to be filled up with that, with that stuff, not some freaking battery. And then you sitting here talking about, hey, we want to take away your weapons, and at the same time we want to defund the government. So what the fuck? So what? You have some kind of undercover thing with foreign, with foreign lands that have them come in and police us. That's what it sounds like to me. Maybe he got some deal with China to where they're gonna start moving troops over here and shit. And I do also like to think that Trump is like, yo, we're tired of policing other fucking countries. We need to take care of shit here. And we got all our American soldiers being blown up and killed overseas. And we need to stop. Let other countries worry about them and let's start fixing us. And that's dude, everybody just stop the bullshit. He's a racist, he's this and that. Fuck what you feel about Trump as a decent human being. Look at Michael Jordan. Perfect example. A lot of shit comes out about Michael Jordan. But everybody looks past the fact that he's an asshole in public, and out in the street, he's not a nice guy. Everybody loves his footwear, and everybody loves the Michael Jordan on the court. He gets the job done just the way the way he moves and the elegance and just that way of beauty. Like, I can't explain it, but just the way he moves and just that regalness about him. People look past the fact that off court and how he's an a-hole. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta look past that finesse to see who you're getting. You know, Trump. You know, like, you got smart people that are sitting here and they're with him. Everybody else just want to follow the bandwagon. It's like people who, like, for instance, I remember back in 2013, 12, when everybody, was it 12 or 2000, either 2011, 12 or 13, when everybody was doing that ice bucket challenge shit. I think it was meant to be one thing, and it became a huge trend, and everybody was doing it. And I had a lot of friends and stuff who called me out and wanted me to do the ice bucket challenge, but I don't do shit like that. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it for a meaningful reason. And I said this on my old Mike Son 007 channel plenty of times. One thing my cousin Russell said that made sense. He said, no matter how much drama and shit you had, dude, you should have kept your old channel. And he's right, because I would probably have who knows how many hundreds of thousands of views right now. And it's crazy because I didn't do it, not because I didn't love the dudes, that the people that wanted me to do it. But I explained to my mom and everybody else, yo, y'all know me enough to know that that's not me. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it for the right reason. That's not, you know, it's just not me. You know what I'm saying? And that was that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how I feel here. It's not about me just always going up against the waves and shit. It's just about me, you know, believing in what I believe in. And I'm a person that, I'm very strategic on everything every way I think. Even before I redid any of this in my office, not to go off topic, I sit back and I strategically look at everything. Today, like me and Isaiah, we went to Columbus Flea Market on, the noise you hear in the background is me watching the election. Sorry about all that background noise. So, me and Isaiah, we decided to go anyway. You know, it was gonna rain in the afternoon. We decided to go, and my decision on doing that and my gut instinct. Anytime I follow my gut instinct, it never steers me in the wrong direction. Because I'm very in tune with that kind of stuff. We did very well. We did very decent on Sunday for what it was at Columbus Flea Market. I got a couple of items. I did pretty decent. And on top of that, we as we packing up and we about to go get some hot dogs and hit the road because we got an hour drive back, and we didn't eat anything that morning anyway to go back home. It started raining, and I was just like, yo, my timing is impeccable. You know what I'm saying? So outside of all that, I'm just like, you know, I'm just really good at having this whatchamacallit. So the guys who sell fried Oreos, which are delicious by the way, they weren't there, and my mouth was more. I mean, I was thinking about these fried Oreos since Friday. So Saturday build up, and Sunday I'm like, all right, well, we going anyway. Yeah, we're gonna go to the fried Oreos. They didn't open the spot. I guess because of the rain and whatnot, they figured, oh, we're not gonna open. And I understand that because, you know, the prep work to have food, food trucks and all that. I get it. So I was disappointed, and I was gonna make fried Oreos Sunday, and I told Isaiah, you know what, I'm gonna do it Monday. Monday, I was out all day thrifting. So I was on my bike today. I went to Red, White, and Blue today, which is the first time I was there since Thursday. And then from there, I came home, dropped off stuff because I just had stuff that was in a book bag. Then from there, I went to 2nd Avenue, trying to find some games. I didn't do well there. I think I picked up a couple of items. I don't even remember, but it wasn't great or nothing like that. Then from there, I picked up the vegetable oil, came home, and I fried the Oreo thing. But the same thing, you know, like, and the reason I'm bringing that up, even though I'm off topic, is to say that everything I do is strategic. I sit back and I don't know how I'm able to do it, but I'll sit back and I visualize what this is, even when I'm cooking, I visualize, okay, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna do that, and it winds up tasting exactly like I cannot explain it. Ever since I was a kid, I've been like that. I'm the type of person that if I don't like a person, there's something about that person. My mom had a lot of friends. Other relatives have friends I never liked. I couldn't stand them for nothing, and it always wound up being something bad. And my mom, even to today, my mother, my grandmother, and them always talk about that. Yeah, like, and it gets to a point for years now. If I didn't like a person, they kind of, a lot of people, my family and friends would kind of stay away from that person because I always had that intuition about things. And that's how I feel about Biden. I remember when Biden was vice president, all the craziness that used to come out the White House about how a lot of senators and other people in the White House and who work close to White House officials and stuff used to always talk about this guy's a clown. His kid is rotten and he's a piece of work. This is the reason why, he wasn't really that noticeable and stuff, but people gave him, paved the way for him only because he was Barack's boy. Barack got him in. And it's sad how this guy's winning more states than he should. And then you figure states like Arizona, and I mean, a lot of these states are stupid. Like, then a lot of states, like Trump got to win Texas. I mean, Pennsylvania, like a lot of these states need to really apprehend and pay close attention to what's going on. Do you realize how much of a butt plug you're going to be in if this guy gets in office? First of all, he may not last a year. He may win, and then all of a sudden he goes into a deep sleep. He goes into a coma, cardiac arrest, something. He passed away. Now Kamala Harris becomes vice president, and their Speaker of the House becomes vice president. Because that's the chain. That's the chain of of how the presidential elect works. And then if that person passes away, it goes, it just keeps going down and down the rank until the next person like the next person in line. That's how it works. So that's what I see. And that's probably how they're gonna put the first woman in office. But I can damn near guarantee that he's gonna die of a heart attack or a stroke or some shit. And it's just gonna be a secret, and then all of a sudden she becomes president, and then the speaker becomes vice president, and then the person that was under the speaker of the house becomes the speaker, and it just moves on like that. I just can't believe. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna sit here and BS y'all or lie. I am nervous. Now, I don't like Mike Pence at all. I don't like the vice president. He's like a robot. He's like a emotionless. He's just a weird. He's like that weird geeky guy that it don't matter how many times you go into GameStop, you just can't stand them. Like, they have no emotion, no nothing. It's like a robot. It's like a person that has like no kind of feelings or aura. I don't know. Mike Pence is just, I never liked him. Trump, I find funny in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of attributes Trump have that I have. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not liked up here on YouTube. But, I'm the kind of person that I prefer people to be straightforward with me, and the truth hurts. And I'm good with handling the truth, and I'm good with giving the truth and speaking the truth. And that's the reason why I've always had the same attribute and been the same person I've always been my whole life and up here on YouTube. Only thing ever changed with me on YouTube is my platform on how I deal with toys, and I went back and forth from toys. I'm one of the only people up here who not only speaks the truth, stands behind his words, stands alone, been in the 1/6 scale and statue community, not like it's a big damn deal. I can't say video game community because nobody really ever really took me serious or mentioned me, or have I ever had any kind of conversations with a lot of the people in the video game community that I consider real cool cats, like Metal Jesus Rocks, Chase After the Right Price, and so many others out there. Then you got my boy Sprooch from Sprooch Hunter from Massachusetts or Boston or something like that. I definitely want to try to collab with him, because one weekend I want to definitely like meet up with him, maybe stay in a motel overnight and stuff, shoot the breeze with him, and just go hunting with him for just like that Saturday and Sunday. So that's something I definitely want to do with him, because he just seems like a real cool guy, man. It's just, some people you could just meet, don't even know, or never even verbally spoke to them, but it's just something about their aura that you just click with, and you just like, that's a genuine person. And like I said, I've always been a real good judge of character. Every now and again, the pen does fall, but it don't fall often. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I am pro-police, but I hate crooked cops, and I hate systematic judicial era to where they protect them. Even though I do understand they feel by protecting them, they're kind of like telling you that, hey, we have to stand behind them because we can't admit we're wrong. We're all human, and the system and the laws are made up by humans. And at the end of the day, you have to start letting people know what goes on. And I think people have the right, and it should go public when police officers get handed justice. Like, I think they should make it public what goes on in a policeman's file. I do believe that, and police officers are human too, and some make mistakes, but they gotta remember something too. The mistake, like the mistake you make, and the anger and your way of thinking can devastate a lifetime of human error to others, and that's something they need to start taking that in consideration. But I do understand that it has to be law and order here, and I don't think defunding. I think that any police officer involved in a wrongful death or shooting or misconduct or anything, I think they should start doing the same thing they do with convicts. The reason why the prison system is not as crazy as it used to be is because they found a way to hurt inmates for disciplinary actions, taking money from them. That's you know what I'm saying? Because you got people out there who bust their butt to send money to convicted felons to be able to go out there and do what they need to do to survive and hustle and this, that, and dirt. Because almost everybody doing it, Joe. You got people that sing, um, they write cards, poems. You know what I'm saying? People hustle almost any and everything in prison. And and what hurts your pockets? The only way you can really live comfortable in any prison in the U.S. is money. And not to say that, oh well, you're gonna be this, that, and third, or somebody's gonna extort you and stuff. Nah, but money, as in what keeps you comfortable in there is money and status. And the more money you have and the more items you can buy and stuff, that's the less chance of you getting extorted, less chance you got to worry about somebody trying to friendly extort you. I mean, the list goes on and on. You can accumulate stuff to where you can live comfortably and do your time as graceful and good as you can, especially if you're smart enough to know what and who to stay away from and stuff. And I think that is what stopped a lot of rape and a lot of craziness in the judicial system. Not because they got tougher on this and that. People don't give a shit. If people got time to do, time is time. They don't care. But it was that key thought. Every time every time they got to go to the box, whether it's a tier 1, a tier 2, or a tier 3 ticket, doesn't matter which one it is, a disciplinary hearing goes on, and 99.95% of the time, you're going to be found guilty. You're already a convicted felon, and even if there's witnesses, 99.95% of the time, they're going to find you guilty because, hey, they want to take money out your account. It might be a tier 1 to where you can spend anywhere from a couple of days to a week or two in your cubicle, aka if you don't live in a dorm area where you have a cubicle, or they'll put you in a what you call it, like they'll confine you to your cell for that time. A tier 2 ticket is roughly about a week or more of the same thing, and or they'll send you to the box. A tier 3 is automatic box time. You automatically go into the box. You can go to the box from anywhere from a month and up. You know what I'm saying? A month to years, depending on your crime and stuff. But at the same time, they still take money out your account. And that's what they need to do with the police officers. When a police officer is involved in something like that, their pension should be in jeopardy and their paycheck should be in jeopardy. Because I guarantee you, you start messing with a lot of these crooked, racist, Neanderthalic officers and bullies, they'll start thinking twice about, you know what, because at the end of the day, that's coming out their kid's mouth, their wife or their girlfriend's mouth, and or that's automatically interfering with their way of living. So you think twice when your money's affected. That's what they need to start doing. And again, like I said, they need to start, they definitely need to start letting people see disciplinary actions against officers, and it should be made public. That's the least they can do for officer taking somebody's life or messing somebody's livelihood up. You know what I'm saying? And, again, we all know Trump is not the most finesseful person. That's not a word, but you guys know what I mean. He's not um he doesn't have as much charisma as a lot of other people. He's not a politician. You know, does he contradict himself? He's not a politician. Does he lie? He's not a politician. Is he rude and arrogant? He's not a politician. Did he build a name for himself, and did he help a lot of minorities while he was before he became president? Yes, he did. He's not a politician. Did he help a lot of minorities and everybody out and did everything he said? Not everything, but he did a lot more stuff in the 4 years he's been in office and been straightforward and a lot of shit than other people who have done. He's not a politician, and yes, he did. Yes, he has, and that's the reason why I voted for him, and that's the reason why I personally feel a certain way if he loses. And this is the first time where I really looked at an election really meaning something to me in a long time. And you know, when Obama got in, I was like, oh, he's a nice looking guy. If he get in, that's cool. That's part of history. He didn't come in and do a damn thing, really. Not only the first 4 years, then the second term, there was a lot of empty promises given to all these Neanderthalic, dumb, idiotic people of color who just figure, oh, well, he's going to help us get my food stamps. No, niggas are just stupid, ignorant, jigaboo motherfuckers who are just lazy, and they just want something, they want to put their hand out. And that's the fucking problem we have, and why everything is gimme, gimme, gimme. Then when you go and spend money outside your community. You don't put inside your community, and then you're rude, arrogant, and just naive. It's the best word I can use right now. Like, I walked around, even on Facebook, I took a picture of it. My daughter was like that. She didn't want to take a picture because she said she didn't feel comfortable taking a picture because she don't like or support Trump. Me and her just had a conversation tonight about that. And I said, you know what, it's not about you feeling comfortable, and I didn't ask your opinion. I asked you to take a photo. At the end of the day, I always try to teach my children, don't ever disrespect or dislike somebody's decision because you don't agree with it. That's not your choice. Your choice is to sit back, not only be a bigger person, but keep your beliefs and don't disrespect somebody else because their beliefs are different than yours. And that's something I always try to teach my children, to not be antagonistic, chauvinistic toward anybody, regardless on if they don't share the same views you share. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never let my kids play with toy weapons growing up. I never let them play with water pistols, none of that stuff. I don't even let my kids play fight with each other. I never let them put hands on it. You know, like, a lot of people don't like me up here on YouTube, but my values are crazy. And I think the same, I'm bringing this up because, you know, you're not realizing, like, if you look past the arrogancy of Trump, and yeah, the whole world went through the whole pandemic thing. All right? So stop that. You know, things had to be shut down, but look past all that. And look at the fact that you want this creep who's giving power to a drug addict son. Let me tell you something about an alcoholic, a cokehead, a crackhead, a dope fiend. Once a fucking addict, you're always an addict. It's plain and simple. Once an addict, always an addict. The feeling's gonna always be there. Sometimes you're gonna get sidetracked. It's very rare for somebody to go off cold turkey and not go back on that. This guy's son is a wild party. You know what I'm saying? And I understand you love your child unconditionally. I get it. You stand behind them. That's great as a parent. But at the end of the day, these people are giving your son multitude amounts of money. And he's a fiend. Let me tell you something about addicts. Addicts don't give a damn. An addict will steal from their own child and sell their own child just to get that fix. You want this guy to become president, dealing with top secrets? I mean, come on, really? Really? And then you got this other lying fucking hag coming in, and a lot of y'all idiots are like, oh, well, she need to be black. That bitch, oh, come on, man. I don't even want to go into those damn details, man. That bitch got more, man, I don't even want to talk about that. Y'all stupid ass motherfuckers out here. People are just dumb. Oh, well, he was, he loved black. You don't know what this man like. He used the N-word plenty of times. But the media doesn't showcase any of that because the media hates Trump. Because the media knows that Trump knows that they're fake news. And they make money off of hysteria and creating all types of problems and drama, and y'all just too fucking stupid to sit back and see through that shit. That's the problem with America. And then y'all, and yeah, I get it. Trump has a lot of people out there that hate him, and a lot of these rednecks and Ku Klux Klan members and everybody, white supremacist groups that are for him and stuff. I get that, but he don't have no control over who comes to his rallies and shit. On the other side, you got Biden and stuff. You got the Antifa and all these other groups that are just as bad, and using the Black Lives Matter movement to create violence and do crazy shit too. So you can't. I don't know, man. All I can say is everybody that been sitting here, you get like, come on, man. I got a Mustang. $30, $32 at the most. If I'm really on empty, like if it's telling me I got like 8 or 12 miles left, I could put $30 in it. That $30 go all the way to full. If I put $30 in when Bush was in office, that'll probably get me just a quarter of a tank. When Obama was in, it get me just, depending on a week and a month, just at half or just a little past half. This guy getting $30 gives me a full tank. And that's not the only thing that motivates me. I look at the industry. People, saying you got factories in Pennsylvania, you got the trailing yards, you got the oil industry. You got so much industrial stuff that goes through PA. PA needs to wake up. A lot of these states need to sit back and realize, then you figure again, states like Arizona, how the hell would you turn around and you want to vote against a man when you guys got all those guns and being so close to the oil industry and factories, this, that, and the third, in the middle of the damn desert, and you're gonna vote for this Neanderthal? I'm like, man, people are just the media does a great job of what they do because a lot of y'all out there just too stupid to sit back and see shit for what it is. Look past Trump's verbalization. Look past the fact that, let's face it, he's not the most in shape or handsomest president. But the man values and everything you see that's being done is being done. He said he's the only person that went in and said he's going to do exactly what he did, and he did. This guy come in and he's talking about he's going to raise taxes. We own the house. I can't afford my taxes to go up. A lot of you guys and girls out there, even if you own your apartments, you're going to be paying luxury taxes. Your taxes going to go up. For a lot of people out there who are homeowners, or even if you own vehicles and stuff, you think the bank's going to want that vehicle back? If this guy try to get rid of oil and stuff like that, like, come on, man. Yeah, I understand that whole the industry, global warming. I get it. This man knew about that and been in cahoots with big companies for 47 years. 47 years. He's been in politics longer than my sister right under me and my other sister and my young brother. That's how many years this guy's been. He's been into politics longer than my brother, my two sisters and my younger brother been in existence. That's crazy. Everybody, he's gonna do something about the COVID. Man, a lot of y'all people are brainwashed fucking buffoons. Cause let me explain something to you. If he had the power to know what the fuck is going on, why he didn't tell the president about it so he could save not only lives around the world, but American lives, if he can change and do something about the pandemic. So get off that bullshit. Y'all sit here talking about racism, this, that, and the third. This man put a bill in 94 that Bill Clinton, y'all other buddy, y'all blowjob getting other buddy that blew up women and children overseas in wars and stuff. Don't get it twisted, man. But y'all all running around here talking about this, that, and the third. This man put a bill in, and I hear it all the time. If they commit the crime, if they can, let the crime fit the punishment. Let me explain something to you. I get it. You commit a crime, you should be punished for it if you get caught. Or even if you don't get caught, you might get caught for something else. But that still does not say that, hey, you should throw the key at this person for committing stupid crimes. And I get it. If you commit a crime, you're a criminal. Cops do it all day. It's called lying. It's perjury. When you lie to your superior, That's committing a crime against not only against a country, but it's committing a crime against, you know what I'm saying, you know, against your employer, right? That's still a crime. You stand in line in front of a judge or a DA or something, that's perjury because you're lying to a court officer, a court official. So what's, I mean, that's a crime. If you're a police officer in uniform and you lying to another individual, the same way that if I lie to a cop and give false information, that could be held against me. That's why they say, you know what I'm saying, you have a right to remain silent. So this way you don't contradict yourself and you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't say shit you shouldn't say that to basically I can't think of the word right now. But you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. Man. I am nervous. I am very, very nervous. Cause again, in one way, how you gonna? This country's gonna be. It's gonna be crazy. You're gonna have. I mean, and then on top of the media is showing all everything being boarded up, because they basically putting ideas in people's heads to go out there and do stuff. They want to show you this stuff. It's like a person. Like the more signs you put up that says, "Hey, we got cameras here and there. Don't do this. Don't do that." The more you're gonna test somebody into doing that. And that's exactly what they're doing by showing you guys all this boarded up stuff and verbalizing, hey, this is why they put up the buildings. You're basically telling people to go ahead and do this. And they know that. And that's why he calls it what it is. It is fake news. You know, I try to tell my daughter that, but the only thing she can say is I don't like Trump. He's racist. Da. I mean, you know, you have to have more to vote for somebody and or to vote against them than just, oh, because you think he's racist or because he did this or he said that. I never heard him say anything about American blacks since he's been up at the podium. So a lot of shit he say, people needed to hear it, and he spoke shit for what it was, and he didn't make no apologies for it because of big, you know, people like that. He don't feel like he needs to make apologies for it because it's right. The problem is us as a people. Black people are we're very ambitious, and a lot of us are very, very envious. But at the same time, we become oversensitive when, you know what I'm saying, when we know right, I mean, or wrong is wrong. And that's the problem, because like a lot of us want to use excuses and look for excuses to do shit and get away with shit. Oh, well, I should get away with it because of this and that. You don't see whites and other Latinos and Asians saying, hey, I don't like the blacks because every time I go to the projects or I deliver food to them or they always robbing us or killing us or whatever. You don't see them saying that. And you know what I'm saying? And you gotta remember something too. White folks did fight to help free our asses. And let's not forget, it wasn't the Democrats that took you out of the chains. It doesn't matter if the Republicans wanted to or not. They still signed the bill to get you out. I'm saying, to get our ancestors out the chains. A lot of shit has and hasn't changed since then. But if black folks start thinking for themselves and start worrying about each other and figure out how to keep shit in our communities, we'd be better off. But the minute a lot of niggas get a little power, they start acting funny. Niggas, you know, niggas in charge always want to, you know, they start acting funny. They act like they shit don't stink. They forget where they come from. And that's another downfall we have as a people of color. You know, y'all might say, oh, that's fucked up. That's blasphemous. No, it's not blasphemous. It's straight talking. I'm speaking my fucking mind, and I'm telling the exact truth. And a lot of y'all don't want to hear it. But black people are our worst enemy. And we need to stop being passive and following and running behind everybody and then thinking just because somebody supports Trump, he or she's an Uncle Tom or a bougie nigga. No, your boy or Barack Obama is a bougie Uncle Tom ass motherfucker. It took me a while to sit back and catch that shit for what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I look at, I don't give a fuck about this man being orange or white or whatever you want to call him, with a bad toupee or whatever. He did a lot in 4 years, man. They came at him from the left. They gave this motherfucker they gave him every swing of a punch that you could think of in boxing, martial arts, jiu-jitsu. And this guy been dodging and weaving all this stuff. And it's like, you know what? They couldn't control him. He's not an ass kiss. He has the money. He don't need the motherfuckers. So the media is like, you know what? We're going to make money on shaming this guy. We're going to use Pelosi and everybody else because, let's face it, a lot of minorities hate this man. That's why you got a lot of these smart Hispanics. And let's face it, why you think a lot of Hispanics own restaurants? They own more homes than blacks in this country. And a lot of them, and about 70, no, I would say about 45 to 60% of them wasn't even born here. And a lot of them have green cards. Some of them still not a citizen yet. Because they're smart, they think for themselves. Us, oh, nigga, always trying to con, nigga, always trying to get over. It's always what is, it's like us as a people of color, we're schizophrenic. It's always a reason this. And again, this is what agitates me about YouTube. I always spit the truth and always have valid points, and they get no views. I don't get the comments or the subs I deserve, and it's crazy when everybody sits here and other people in Liverpool and other places get praised for saying the same shit I said years ago. They're now getting praised for stuff that I already called this. I've been calling this for years, but you hate me for it. I'm gonna tell y'all why. This is what it is. This, and I look like a problematic urban ruffian. That's the reason why I have a threat look to me. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of black brothers up here that they don't look threatening. They don't talk militant or this and that. So they're passive. It's cool. But whenever you're this agitated, straight up minority that people fear and they're intimidated by, and you look, and it's like I kick ass a lot more than I look. So trust me when I tell you, I'm not that dude you want problems with. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just speaking to toot my own horn. I'm saying shit for what it is. It is what it is. And I just think that people need to wake up and see shit for what it is, man. Like I'm not mad at my wife or my kids if they like biting. I won't even call them stupid or whatever. You know, you have your own beliefs. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at it from a father. Sometimes as a parent, it hurts you to whoop your kid's ass, and it hurts you to punish your kids and take away certain things because you want the best for your children. You love them, and it hurts for you to do certain things to them. So as a parent and as the man of the house and all that, I have to be the bigger person to wish better for my family that Trump stays in office. Sometimes, it's just like having a dog or an animal. The animal don't know they're in danger, even though it upsets you that you're like this fucking dumbass dog. Why would you run in the street? They don't know no better. So you have to be the bigger person to think for them and to be able to understand with compassion. And that's what I do as far as this Trump situation. I like yesterday I was watching the debate downstairs, and I was just up here doing what I was doing. And I mean, like I said, I had the conversation with my daughter, and it was just about, I'm like, yo, it's not up to you. And she said, oh, well, this is the reason why I didn't do it, and you should understand that I wasn't comfortable. And I told her, I said, it's not about you being comfortable. I didn't ask your opinion. I asked you to do something. And when I ask you as a child, I don't give a fuck how old my kids are. I ask you to do something, you're under my roof. You should do exactly what I tell you to do. It's not like you're under a regime, but that's just the way shit is. And due to the fact that just because you personally don't like this guy doesn't mean that you shouldn't have took a picture. And I broke it down to her, and we just left it as that. She didn't apologize, I didn't apologize. We just left it for that, and that was it. Because at the end of the day, as a parent, I'm always gonna teach my kids, and I'm always gonna be there for them. Whether I defer from them or not. I'm the kind of person, I can respect your opinion and still be your friend. The problem with a lot of people in this country, especially up here on YouTube, is they can't do that. That's another reason why I was so disliked in the 1/6 scale and the statue so-called community, is because I'm outspoken, I speak my mind, and I say shit for what it is. But at the same time, a lot of people figure that, hey, you should be able to voice and have your own opinion. And I know I keep sidetracking, but everything has relevance to why I'm making this video about why I think Trump should win, and why I'm kind of upset that this country is that divided and that brainwashed to not be able to see shit for what it was. I mean, if you guys weren't prepared and didn't see a lot of my old videos that no longer exist because I got rid of my old channel, then you're not prepared as I thought you were. I mean, at the end of the day, when they take away your oil and defund and they defund the police departments, and then you got a whole bunch of a-holes come running to your house and trying to break in, Your sideshow statues and your hot toy figures ain't gonna save you. Your liberal way of thinking is not gonna save you. You sitting around, oh shit, I can't call 911 because because like a lot of police departments got defunded. So a lot of cops are retired off the job. They feel like that, fuck it. There's nothing for me. You're gonna take away this and that. Nah, I'm done. Now who you gonna call? Your neighbor next door? What are you gonna do? What? You're gonna arm your Prime 1 statues and your sideshow zombies and your hot toy superheroes, and you're gonna put them up at the door and pray that they turn into lifelike heroes? Come on now. What are you gonna do when all hell break loose and you don't got a goddamn pint of gas to get to get in your vehicle just to get out the neighborhood? You're all gonna be running the damn street as moving targets. When foreign soldiers are running around policing this country like we police other countries, why would you not think it won't happen? You gotta be careful who you put in power and why you put in power. Politicians been fucking up this country since day one. You get a guy in here that's not afraid to mix shit up. He ain't about kissing people's asses. And he don't give a fuck if you kiss his ass or not. He don't even give a shit if you agree or not. That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm president. I'm going to do what the fuck needs to be done for the greater good. I'm going to be a father. You may not like the punishment, but guess what? It's going to do you good in the long run. And that's what people need to understand. You need to understand the terminology behind what I just said. Wake up, America. Stop trusting and believing lying politicians. It's their job to be political hypocrites. This man is not political, and he's right. He did live a good life before this. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he comes from a troubling family, like we all do. We all have fucked up people in our family. Maybe he is a Ku Klux Klan member. Maybe he bestowed some of that. I don't give a shit. All I know is the man is trying to help and do right by the country because the country is fucked up. We're in a huge deficit to China and everybody now because a whole bunch of these goddamn political liberal ass bitch ass motherfuckers that keep borrowing money and doing grimy shit and doing under the table deals and not worrying about the future, just worry about licking their own pockets with with our taxes, with our hard earned taxed money. And now you got a guy in that's like, nah, man, nah. And I look at it like this. Anytime the media can discredit somebody and hate somebody so much, that goes to show that, you know what? There's something about that person. There's something about him. Why they keep fucking with you like this? There's something behind that. It's hate, it's envy. That's what it is. And a lot of you idiots are out here vote. And I say idiots because, you got to think for yourself and think, why should I vote for this person? Why should I vote for that one? Why should I vote for the radical left? Why should I vote for the radical right? Why should I rep for red? And why should I rep for blue? What you got to understand is red is dead on right and blue is as cold as ice. That's all I can say, man. Anyway, I got nothing else more to say about this, man. All I got to say is good luck to Donald Trump, man, and I hope he get the other 4 years. I know I got to do it 4 more years of Mike Pence. Looking at him and his emotionless self. But comes to the territory. I prefer to look at 4 more years of him than to get another 4 years of a big-ass question mark that's going to end with even more bloodshed and violence. Because at the end of the day, that man somehow is going to be killed off or die off. This chick's going to come in office, and if she don't play ball and do what they want her to do, she's going to wind up being in the same boat this motherfucker is. And then it's just going to get crazy. And why not political scandals like that? Because it's the U.S. of A. It's been going on for fucking centuries in every other country. What makes this country no different? Only difference is this country is behind that curve. Peace.